Friends, the topic here is the fireside chat. You know why this session chat is called as fire session? You know why fire? Because when you actually plan to buy the medical equipment, it sets fire to your bank balance. I mean, to the deeper pockets of your wallet. Is that costly? You know, that's kind of prohibitively costly. So here we are trying to basically simplify the process of procurement, how to strategize the equipment procurement process. Say, take an example. Suppose we look at a 100 beds capacity hospital, a tertiary care, multidisciplinary, with all MRIs, CT and cath labs all together, it will cost you, say, 100 crores. Out of those 100 crores, let me tell you, friends, 30 crores will go into the equipment budgeting. You know, this is a huge, I mean, it's a titanic amount. I mean, this is only for a tertiary care multi-speciality. Suppose you opt for oncology, or you can, wherever you're going to try a quaternary care hospital, a single bunker will cost you around, say, 20 to 25 crore. Over there, the attribution of this medical equipment can reach up to 40 or 45%, sometimes up to 50%. So if I have to give a kind of, you know, a thumb rule formula, the cost of medical equipment per bed, it will cost you around 35 to 40 lakhs per bed. And that's humongous amount. So, and not only that, you know, yesterday I visited Amrita Hospital. Can you believe there are 81 clinical departments within the hospital? There are thousands of equipment, hundreds of vendor, different technical specification, and all equipment have been tagged at different price altogether. So it becomes a conundrum for one person. It's so confusing from whom to buy, what to buy, from where to buy, at what rate, and what should be the level of technology. I mean, is 1.5 MR, Tesla MR is okay, or we should go for a 3 Tesla MRI? I mean, all these difficult questions. So for this session, I have, you know, invited two of the distinguished panelists on stage. I think we will ask these fireside questions to them and try to extract good answers so that, you know, it simplifies the process of procurement of the medical equipment. Good afternoon to both of you. And let's start, you know, I'll just ask one by one the questions to you. So to my left is Mr. Tarun Katyal. He is the head of biomedical across Pan India for the Fortis group. And he's kind of, you know, taken time of his schedule to come here. And next to him is Harshita. She's a key account manager for Stryker across Pan India. So my first question goes to Tarun. See, now, you know, AI is everywhere. Okay, my colleague, he has already wore AI meta glasses. He can see the floor and, you know, make it out something out of it. So what about the AI in medical electronics? I would like to know the impact and reliability of AI in medical electronics. Please, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Shatno. So AI is the new world for us, and it definitely, you know, giving disruption in the medical technologies. So there are a lot of advantage in terms of medical technologies in the AI concern. In terms of CT, X-ray, MR, most of the medical equipment are now for the better diagnostic, image quality, and not better diagnostic. AI is coming into the picture. And then basically once, it is also very predictive also. Now you can, you know, the machine can predict you your diagnostic well in advance in many years. So this is a few advantage the AI is coming. You can personalize your healthcare. You can, you check your heart rate, vitals, and, you know, and it personalize your treatment for the better clinical outcomes. So further and more advancement will be going on in the AI, in the deep learning mode. I think so it will be, a great future for healthcare industries in terms of AI.
Okay. Just a kind of small note here for all the administrator. Nowadays, MRI comes with an AI feature and which basically facilitates unless you close the RF door, the magnet cannot become active. So this prevents the occupational hazard and someone's life can be saved. That's one of the feature I came across, Tarun. I just need to put an addition to this. Yeah, Harshita. Stryker is known for its innovation in medical technology, and I've been kind of witnessing the same for last umpteen years. Can you share how do you balance out your clinical needs with technology advancements with your R&D process?
First of all, good afternoon, everyone. Secondly, thank you, Shantanu and Hosmac, for giving us this platform. This session is right at tea break and lunch. So one tough task me and Tarun sir have is to keep our answers very engaging, and we'll try our best. Now, when we talk about Stryker, sitting here today, money is very important to all of us. And when we talk about market cap most valued companies, Stryker is right now running at 3rd in the world. And in the portfolios that we operate, it's actually one of the first right now. And the major reason is the amount of investment and focus we have on our R&D. Just a couple of weeks back, we had our world CEO, Mr. Kevin Lobo, come here and inaugurate our second R&D facility. We had our first setup 15 years ago in Gurgaon. Now we have the second one, and we have currently more than 3,000 engineers and microbiologists who are actually making innovation, working very closely with robotics, AI, and deeply focusing on, like how he was talking about AI. So that's completely our focus. And how we are trying to balance it with the current need is that we very closely work with clinicians. We very closely work with surgeons, nursing staff, hospital administration team to actually understand the gaps of the product, go back to our innovation team, product team, and give those feedbacks. And that is how the designing of the products happen. A very interesting fact I'll try to say is that our wheelchair is actually designed by a world-famous architect who was paralyzed himself. So that is how much deep consideration of users we take. So that's just a glimpse of what we do at the R&D.
Sure, Harshita, sure. Tarunji, next question to you. I know Fortis has got so many outlets across pan India, so many hospitals in every state of the across India. So could you let us know, does this methodology or a modus operandi called as pay-per-use, does that really work? And if it works, what are the pros and cons of the PPU model?
Yes, I will say it's work in certain cases, yes. So, for example, if it is a new medical programs and if you are not sure how it will build up in the future, so definitely PPU is one of the consideration for you. And if you have a small hospital where your finances are not at cost and you have not deep pockets, then definitely PPU is one of the criteria on that one. So PPU give you a flexibility to, balance your cash flow over the period of time. So once your program build up, at least, you can start further develop on this. Also, PPU give you flexibility to avoid obsolescence of the technology. And, once the product is technology changing, it is, you can swap it at faster rate. But you have certain disadvantage. Definitely, it will be much costlier as compared to straight buy or straight purchase, what you are doing in that. And it, at certain time, sometime if there is a conflict with the supplier, so your services may be disrupted in that sense.
So you can have 4 to 5, 6 MRIs, CTs, on
if your patient volume is high, and definitely PPU is not a consideration for you. And if your initial volumes are low, definitely you may think on that part.
Okay, thank you.
Shantanu, I'll add one, this thing to what he just said. From our side also, the early adoption of technology with the, PPU model, it makes it faster rather than outright purchase. So even for technology adoption, technology penetration, I think this model works very well.
Is it also good for a technology partner like you? I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
It works hand in hand.
It works very much hand in hand.
Okay. So Harshita, next question to you. What emerging technologies like AI and robotics or 3D printing are you most excited about in the context of surgical or orthopedic equipment within your company portfolio?
So when we talk about robotics and orthopedics, I think the most exciting technology that we have is our Mako robot. You know, we are running in the 10th year of our Mako robotics. We were the first ones to actually have all 3 platforms of total and partial. And right now, our 4th generation is already launched in the US, which brings up the platform for shoulder and spine also in the same Mako robot. We are the only ones which actually have a 10-year clinical data of patients and the survival rate for the knee. So Mako is definitely our most exciting product, and the next year we'll see the Mako 4th generation launch. So that's the most exciting one for us.
Okay. Tarunji, I would not like to name the company directly, but then a question is, looking at the current geopolitical scenario, what's your opinion about the procurement of equipment from countries like BRICS and Japan, rather than depending more on US or UK product portfolio?
Yeah, it's a very interesting question. Definitely, yes, we should go with the BRICS, but I will suggest BRICS plus Japan plus selective EU company, where I have a very good relationship with a certain EU, because at this moment, if you see the breakdown of the BRICS, so Japan is very strong partner. So in terms of you no need to do much due diligence, the process are very stringent. And you know that you will get the product rightly on time and all things will happen. Whereas China is concerned, you need to do more due diligence in terms of supplier selection as concerned. And India is still, it is for the entry level product that definitely it's going well. And I hope so with the future years, it will be grow more on that. And, definitely, I think so. I will consider certain EU companies should be part of all procurement plans in that.
Okay, good to know. Harshita, to you, can you talk about your recent collaboration with hospitals or clinicians that led to a meaningful product improvements? I mean, you have been interacting with lots of technicians, nurses, administrator, doctors. They must have been given, good inputs. Like, you have an imported camera, but you can at the same time have an Indian trolley. Does this work for you?
Yes, it very much works for us. And one of the recent collaborations, if I were to talk about, we conducted a SPY symposium recently where we had surgeons, top 50 surgeons from Pan-India, who came together to talk about fluorescence-guided surgeries. And the insights that we received from them led to a better technology drive of our 1788 camera that we've recently launched. Also, in India, we have a product just for the hospitals where we can convert any normal bed to a smart bed. These kind of innovations come only by closely working with them. And we also have collaborated with, like Breach Candy, for example, we have an excellence center there. With Mahe also we have an excellence center. So multiple collaborations keep happening. Mako Meet is something where we collaborate with top orthopedic surgeons who come together every year and talk about how we can improve our next, Mako. So this kind of collaborations go on for many products across the year.
Has any of the hospital institute or kind of teaching hospital has ever invited or given any space for you specifically to do some R&D in their own courtyard?
No, R&D is something that
some kind of product improvement. I mean, yeah.
It actually, if you visit our R&D lab, you'll realize that the space requirement is huge because there are many prototypes of one single product. It's not just one of them that they work on. So like you'll see multiple cameras together, multiple beds together. So that is something, and then it involves regulatory involvement and compliance also. So that is something which is strictly to our premises.
Okay. Tarunji, one interesting question. To get any equipment to the Indian land and to actually sell to the customer, nowadays you require CDSU approval. But if a product is only European CE approved, okay, and CDSU, will you still insist for FDA or you can let it go?
I will say we can go ahead. Definitely, US FDA give, much, ensure us the quality of the product up the top of the level. but European C is equivalently qualified. In fact, I will say even Japanese FDA is also much stringent in US FDAs. So I will definitely consider European C plus CDSO for my procurement consideration. Definitely, yes.
Okay, but why they so gung-ho about, this FDA? Why FDA is?
See, FDA is considered as a gold standard benchmark for safety concern, specifically for the patient safeties are concerned. But the US, even now, European MDRs are very stringent nowadays. So I think so that is not a,
so if it's there, it's
yes.
a kind of additional achievement. Right?
Yes,
Okay,
that's correct.
Okay. Harshita, to you, how do you adapt, your product strategy challenges for different global markets? I mean, here I want to ask you, few of your medical furniture is not available in India market, only for, outside foreign land. Why is that so?
So that's a very interesting and a tough question equally. We actually have a marketing manager of hospital infrastructure in this room, and she can answer in length and breadth for this. But first thing is, Stryker really believes to bring in the best technology, okay? So here we don't really focus on geography level strategy, but we are really focusing on therapy based and need based products. So our core job is to bring the best technology to the patient, and that is what we focus. You very rightly said that, if you go to US or any other countries, typically US, you'll see some of the medical infrastructure. In fact, if we watch Hollywood movies or, any series, the yellow stretcher is the Stryker stretcher. That's our way of identifying. And that we don't get in India. But sometimes what really hampers is the regulation process to bring in. And by the time it comes, it becomes so expensive that it becomes irrelevant to compete in the market. So we have to be really specific what we are bringing in, what will be the pricing, how we will place it. So those kind of certain limitation factors do come in place.
Okay. Next, Tarunji, little interesting question maybe for all the stakeholders here. What is the medical technology currently only available in foreign market and yet to come to India, land India?
I will say, there are certain products sometime company launch at very initial stages. And, sometime since now the CDSO is very stringent now, you cannot import any product without a CDSO registration. So sometimes OEMs are resistive to penetrate in the India market. First thing, India is a cost-effective market. The pricing is, very controlled here. So sometimes, company initially don't want to pitch their product for the India because there is there is a productization cost and you need they have not a distribution network. So they are more focused on European or US market in the beginning. Yes.
Okay. I think we are running short of time. I'll just ask two questions to each one of you and we'll wrap up this assignment. Harshita, how do you manage the resistance to change, whether from clinicians, regulators, or internal teams, when introducing new products? Suppose there is a camera, and people say, why do you get a new camera when the previous one was working fine? Why you have made it so costly? So any good answer to this one?
No, so like I said, that all our products come on the ground after working very, very closely with surgeons, clinicians, nursing staff, and that is when we launch it. So the features that we bring in are highly appreciated, and it solves a need that they've been looking for. So this challenge comes quite less, but because of our close association with them.
Okay. And last, both of you can opine on the Make in India product, which one to be bought from the market and for what particular discipline, if you can elaborate.
I think those are entry-level product definitely Make in India, or maybe infrastructural product like pendants or lights, so we can consider for the India market.
Will you recommend MRI or CT to be bought kind of, India make?
It is too early stage actually.
Okay. So, just to summarize, the strategy of equipment procurement is we should all have one aim in mind. We should buy the right technology, nor kind of overkill, nor suboptimal, at right rate, and we should actually benefit the organization cash flow. That's all. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.